Shout out to our sponsor, Loot Anime.
Loot Anime is a cool subscription crate that sends you really cool anime stuff for only $24.95 each month.
Did we mention it's cool? This one's theme is music, and you can get $3 off a new subscription if you use offer code THEKNOW.
Do a barrel roll!
Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Meg Turney.
It's the worst case scenario, people. Could virtual reality actually suck as much as regular reality?
Apparently strapping shit to your face doesn't make your problems go away, kids. In fact, it actually might result in a whole lot more problems if early reports of the Rift and Vive launches are any indication.
Both VR headsets have had a little bit of trouble getting off the ground the last 2 weeks, resulting in some shipping problems, bizarre findings in terms of service agreements, and a few seemingly shaky launch titles.
At the moment, virtual reality is more like a virtual waiting room.
Oh.
The problem started with Oculus Rift shipments late last week when some early adopters started wondering when the hell they're gonna get their headsets.
Even though Rift launched early last week, many who pre-ordered hadn't received them by the end of the week, and they didn't even have any clear indication on when their unit would be shipping.
If you remember correctly, Ryan bitched about this exact thing on the patch. Yeah. Although he put it as everybody had this problem, it was really Ryan's problem.
He's just like everyone else.
I know, early adopter problems, y'all. Oculus didn't help matters much by not responding to the numerous complaints. Now finally, last Saturday, they sent an email out to clarify the situation. Apparently, they hit an unexpected component shortage, which affected an unspecified number of orders. In the PR world, basically, unspecified is like code for a lot.
Gosh, if only they'd known that before so they could have told people.
Weird. If only they were pre-orders or something.
Customers affected have to wait until April 12th before their order status is even updated. As for anyone ordering now, don't expect an Oculus until July, at least, unless they have another shortage.
So bad. Now, not to be outdone, of course, the HTC Vive doubled down on their delay competition, adding shipping issues of their very own.
They're gonna win!
Yeah, just ahead of the headset's launch on Monday, customers began reporting that their orders were suddenly canceled.
We heard you kids like delays, so we added some too. HTC confirmed in a blog post that a limited number of individuals were affected by auto cancellations due to processing issues with financial institutions.
Wow, lots of PR speak there. The good news, however, is that both companies have stepped up to the plate a bit in order to communicate with their customers.
Finally.
However, yeah, delayed that communication might have been. Oculus CEO Brendan Rivas said in a tweet that due to the delays, Oculus would now cover shipping and handling fees for all pre-orders, including international pre-orders. So, it's nice at least.
That'll do, pig, that'll do. As for HTC, they put up an FAQ. It answers basically every question except when will I get my Vive, because the answer is that you'll get it sometime in the same month noted in your confirmation email. Probably. Cool?
Yeah, you don't have anything to do between the 1st and 31st of any given month. Shipping wasn't the end of Oculus mishaps, however. News broke earlier this week of some slightly worrisome clauses in the company's terms of service. The internet, of course, did what the internet does, and, well, they freaked the fuck out.
I'm sorry, was there something questionable in the terms of service of a product owned by Facebook? First, Oculus says that any content you create and upload through Rift can be licensed by them for whatever purpose the company or Facebook sees fit. So if you create a game or digital artwork, they can use it in advertisement campaigns without paying you for it. This also had some worry they try to claim ownership of the content.
That's all fucked up, by the way. Just get that out there. Next, in what should be no surprise, of course, for a product owned by Facebook, once again, we're bringing that up, some privacy concerns. Not only is Oculus gaining location data for you and for your IP address, if you happen to be using a mobile device in conjunction with any Oculus product, they're gonna track your exact location too.
The terms of service state that they're free to share this information along with your activities, room dimensions, and preferences with Facebook as well as other third parties. This will mostly be so they can market the shit out of you via VR, which again is no surprise if you've been on Facebook for longer than a few seconds. They use all your pictures to market to all the people that you know.
My room dimensions? What if I have a vibrator out? People will know! Oculus did respond to those concerns. However, in an official statement, they clarified that while yes, by signing the terms of service, you agree to give them a license to your content for other purposes, they're not claiming ownership to it, guys.
So they don't own it, but they can use it any way they want. So while it sucks they want to use your content for free, that's not really too different from how a lot of other social media platforms treat user-generated content. It's also almost the exact same policy you'll find in Steam's terms of service with content uploaded to the workshop. Now everyone claims that.
Yeah, I mean it's really not that different. It does suck. Don't get that wrong, but it sucks. It sucks, but it's not
It
unique.
sucks, but it could suck worse.
Yes. As for the privacy
Everybody
concerns,
sucks. Everybody sucks. Everybody.
That's how the world is now. As for the privacy concerns, they said they are not currently sharing any information with Facebook, and Facebook is not using Oculus data for advertising for now.
We all know that shipping delays are part of the launch game, and terms of service agreements are sticky for basically every company on the planet. Plus, nobody reads those things anyway.
Yeah.
Who knows what rights we've signed away?
You've probably already signed away like 3 of your future kids and your whole manga collection at this point without even realizing it.
Now, what everyone really wants to know are about the games. And so far, well, that's a bit up and down.
At the moment, it's kind of tricky to peg down VR game reviews. This is in part because those platforms are brand new and not many games have even been reviewed yet. The other part of it is because so many games are re-releases of old games that have been like VR-ified that, they have varying degrees of success there. And they're still listed under PC for Metacritic for some reason.
Welcome to launch lineups. 5 launch titles aren't much to write home about at the moment. Most of them are more akin to showcases or tech demos. The closest things to legitimate heavyweights are Elite Dangerous, a game that we've already played elsewhere, and Job Simulator, which is at 73 on Metacritic. That's with 1 review though, so not much of a meta. And Brian liked it.
Yeah, Ryan liked it.
So there's at least 2, and
2
Ryan's
reviews
is up here.
To be fair, most of the games do have a handful of positive Steam reviews, but most of those are from people who played the games for less than a few hours, because, it's Steam.
That's what we do. As for more substantial reviews of launch titles, Rift started a little bit rough. Sandra Bullock Simulator Adrift, which showed lots of promise early on, which I've been very, very excited about, is sitting at a 68 on Metacritic, which hurts a little bit. And Lucky's Tale, the platformer which ships with every headset, is even lower at 64, and everyone says it's kind of lackluster.
Other than that, things are actually sort of decent for Rift's exclusives. Eve Valkyrie is sitting at a 76 between its 2 review scores, all 2 of them. And Chronos has gotten lots of positive buzz as a standout adventure RPG and hardware reviews. Now, Road to VR gave that a 4.7 out of 5 in their review.
And when you compare this to titles from other launches, this is pretty typical, actually. Some of PS3's launch titles included notable entries like Genji Days of the Blade with a 55 average, Ridge Racer at 78, Call of Duty 3 at 80, and Resistance Fall of Man at 86.
Moving further back to the early aughts, PlayStation 2 launch titles included Dynasty Warriors 2, which had a 75, Armored Core 2 with a 78, Time Splitters with an 81, and SSX with a 91.
Everyone loves that SSX. Jumping into the Xbox 360, you've got Quake 4 with 75, Cameo at 79. I liked that game a lot more than everyone else liked that game, I think. King Kong with an 80, which I think is way too high, and Perfect Dark Zero at 81. As for the Xbox, it had a pretty good launch looking back at it, besides games like Fusion Frenzy at 70, and with all of Meg's approval.
Yeah, jump over the bar game.
It did have a few nice early games like DOA 3 with 87, Jet Set Radio Future at 88, and of course, Halo with a 97.
Oh, just some little game. Halo? Is it Halo?
Hello?
I don't know.
Hallelujah?
On the Nintendo side of things, GameCube got out of the box early with games like Crazy Taxi, which sat at a 69, Luigi's Mansion, which had a 78, and Rogue Squadron, which is still sitting at a 90. Now, as for the Wii, we got a Wagon with Red Steel, which had a 63, Wii Sports, which had a 76 and was a fucking sweet game, and Twilight Princess, 95. Good job.
Yay! That's how much we care. We're looking all the way back at GameCube for you.
We're trying, guys. Fuck, it's dry out there.
So again, the launch titles are not all that far off for VR titles. Launches are rough. A few are down in comparison. There's not a killer app like Halo, but we also have to consider that in terms of hardware, VR is an entirely new platform. It's not the same as getting a PlayStation whatever and plugging it into your TV and calling it a day because you know it's just gonna work.
Exactly. VR is completely untested ground for a lot of people. So naturally, any launch, it's gonna have a lot of hiccups. Even our tried and true consoles have shipping problems, lackluster titles, and early droughts when it comes to content. VR is just a whole different animal here.
And the hardware itself is getting received rather well. Metacritic's also rounded up the headset reviews for Rift and Vive, and both are overall really positive.
Yeah, we always knew that VR would take a little bit of time to catch on, and some roughing at the edges is just kind of what it is to be an early adopter. Shipping problems are nothing new for basically any launch ever is what we're driving home here, and games will only come with more time.
So really, they're throwing themselves on the spear on our behalf. Thanks for jumping into that awful breach instead of us, early adopters. We salute you.
Yes.
Well, we would if we weren't also. It's because we're waiting on our headsets.
I'm over here not puking in the corner, so thanks for taking that for me. So what do you guys think of the launch problems for Vive and Rift? Let us know down in the comments.
And for future discussions on all things VR, like this video and subscribe to The Know. Thanks to Loot Anime for sponsoring this update.
Loot Anime sends you over $60 worth of cool stuff, starting for just $24.95 each month.
Every crate has a theme, and this month's theme is music to celebrate Hatsune Miku's US tour.
Yes, you'll also get stuff from Show by Rock Your Lie in April, Hypersonic Music Club, and more. Get your leaks out, kids.
Get rockin'. Okay, so Carrie has a retail vibe.
Yeah.
Ryan doesn't know that yet.
We should
because
surprise
Ryan's
him.
just got prees still.
We should just like take Ryan into the room and then be
He's
like, Not only is Oculus gaining location data from you, not only Linguini is what I almost said.
It's getting some link something.
Yeah.